I wanted to do hair stuff with my feet. Fun to do bad things and drive into a car.
What's going on, TubeU? Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gents. So today's little video, man, we're going to be testing out some of this here ethanol fuel conditioner. So right after I finished wrapping up that video of 91, 93 versus the ethanol, I was like, wait, why don't I have any of this conditioner? Like, it's right at AutoZone. It's like 2 minutes down the street. I should definitely have to go grab a couple of bottles, and that's what I did. There were actually the only 2 bottles that were in there, and today I actually went and picked up 2 more bottles because, you know what I'm saying, I don't know how often they restock this stuff, so that one ran out that quick, and then the one over there, I went down to Rosemont, and they also had 2 bottles left too, so I bought both of those, and they're only like 11 bucks, just over 11 bucks and some change. And then I went on Amazon and I picked up 2 more bottles for only like $8 and some change, but you know, with shipping, it probably equals out to a little over $10. So, we're gonna give this stuff a little try because when I came back, I immediately went, was like, well, I should start probably using this ASAP. You know what I'm saying? I haven't, I ran a 91 through the tank, and that was, you know, a couple weeks ago. And I don't really like doing that because, like I said, it cuts me down on power. And I figured, hey, why not just give this stuff a try? So I went ahead, dumped some in there literally as soon as I got back home with it. Filled my tank up to, you know, the full 17.5 gallons or 17.3. I don't know, it's 17 something gallons for the charges. Filled it all the way up and then dumped in. It's just 1 ounce per 5 gallons. So if it's 17, that's 3 ounces right there, and then, you know, 2 more freaking gallons, so about 3.5 ounces of this here. So I just went ahead and dumped about 4 ounces in there. You can see it's a 15 ounce to start here, and I'm down to 11 ounces. So, you know, math it out. And I took a little more and I dumped it into the tank before I put it in my car. So I put it in one of my jugs, my 5-gallon jugs, the extra 1 gallon. I put 3 ounces into the car, and then I took 1 gallon and put it into one of the 5-ounce jugs to go ahead and fill my tank all the way up. And as soon as I did it, I was like, wait, what does this stuff do to the ethanol content? Like, am I gonna be running around technically with like E75 instead of my usual E80? And remember, I told you guys the stations always come out at E80 and above. And when I tested it, it was around like a little over 80%. And that was, I want to say, about 2 weeks ago. So when I put this in there, I was like, let's retest it because I don't know what this does to the content levels. And just to be safe, because I ain't trying to be out here and then this little $11 worth of insurance turns into, you know, $30,000 mistake or something crazy like that. So put it in there, retested it. What the hell is that? Put it in there, retested it, and immediately it was like E90. And I'm like, whoa, I don't think it's supposed to be that high. And I damn sure wasn't that high when I freaking tested it. So I was like, let's just hold off on, you know, before we make our judgment call. Let's see exactly how high it really gets. So we're gonna let it settle down a little bit, and I'll let it sit there for maybe an hour or so. I know they say you're supposed to let it sit for about 5 minutes to get, you know, your content ready, but it seems to make more sense to let it sit over time because, you know, you're not gonna run your whole tank in 5 minutes. So over time, that gasoline or your fuel is gonna sit in there and it's gonna settle over time. And sure enough, over an hour's course, it came closer back down to that 80%. It actually ended up setting right around 84%. And of course, my dumb ass emptied it out before I freaking went down there to fill up because I was planning on doing this little experiment for you guys. So I took 2 empty jugs, completely empty, refilled them at the same station, at the same location, same time. And we're gonna dump, we're gonna have, you know, we got 2 separate testers. So we're gonna dump 1 ounce into 1 5-gallon, and we're gonna leave the other one separate, and we're gonna let you know, see if there's a difference after they've both been sitting for a while. We're gonna let them both settle out for the same amount of time, and then we're gonna come back and check the contents. But then, like I said, because this was reading a little higher and then it eventually settled out, I want to see what happens when I add 2 ounces to 1 5-gallon jug. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get this little, experiment underway.
If we fill up both of these with the same fuel, because they're still right now the same type of fuel, same place. We fill up both up with the same amount, then they should read around the same damn, ethanol percent. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Grab my little water bottle. We're just gonna pour everything in there. Gotta fill it up to the little blue line down there. Trying to keep it as level as possible. You guys can see that. And same over here. Make sure you guys see me pour it in here. I usually fill it up to the first line. I thought I was about to knock my damn thing over. Right there at the first line, that's usually the perfect amount. First one's going in there. I want to make sure we try to get it as good as possible so I don't have to redo this part. Yeah, this is my designated ethanol cup. As you can see, it's pretty good for pouring. And that's right up there at the top. Put her cap on. Now one of these has a crack in it, so it tends to leak up at the top. Is that one right there. Go ahead and fill that one up. Now we're just both gonna do a little shake, see which one leaks the most. This one over here is leaking the most. You can hear it. And just give them both time to settle. I actually set them up on top of the refrigerator, my garage fridge, so you can just come back out here and check them out later. Anyway, you can see right there, that one's already, kind of settling down to right above 80%, just like I told you guys. And this one's over here closer to 85. We're gonna give this a little bit of time, give it about, I don't know, maybe 5-10 minutes like you're supposed to do. Give it a little more time to settle. And in the meantime, I'm just go ahead and drop, 1 or 2 ounces of this stuff, or actually the 1 ounce. We'll drop my first ounce of this into the 5-gallon drum, and we'll come back out here, reread it before we test it. 1 ounce inside the 5-gallon jug. Here we go. So first ounce going in. There we have it. It's a little above that 10 mark, just like I said it would be. That should be about 1 ounce. So give her a little shake. Wait for our other little test over here to finish, settling out. Giving the other batch over there a little time to finish stabilizing or to finish settling out, and then we're gonna come back, double check the content readings, and then try to get a measurement on this here.
It's right around the same thing, right around 83%. So we're gonna leave, which one is the leaky one? We're gonna leave this one up here because it's the freaking leaky one and I don't feel like dealing with that one. And we're just gonna use this one as our test tube. So here's our little tube. I've already emptied everything out. You see, empty cup. Well, mostly empty, but it's like a drop. It's pretty empty. So go ahead and check out our little test. It's even starting to turn it green. That 1 little ounce did all that already. Pour it in here first, fill it up to the line, because like I said, the line is right where we need it to be. Perfect. Right there at the line. Grab that water bottle. Alrighty. Fill this up. Was that right at the line, a little above? Just a smidge above, so we're going to empty some out. And then we're just filling up with our
with some of our treated ethanol. And almost at the line there. It's a little above the line, but oh well, it'll be alright. Set it down. It's pretty much up at the top. There you go. Should give her a shake. As you can see, this is what I saw yesterday when I went to fill it up. You see it's all acting crazy and whatnot. And you see how much higher it's already reading. It's already at the freaking 85% line. So there's the 85% line where my fingernail is. It's already up there. So that's what I saw yesterday when I poured the stuff in there and decided to give it a treat. So I was like, whoa, so you mean to tell me I can just go get a tube of this, dump it in my tank, and I'm at pure 85? But we're gonna give it a little bit just to see, because like I said yesterday, it settled down eventually. So we're gonna give this, 5 to 10 minutes. Let it settle all down. Focus, focus, focus. Give it a little bit and let it settle all down. So actually, let me go grab the other one just for reference. So this is both bottles, as you can see. Trying to make sure you guys can see that without, the light ruining it for you. Numbers. So here's the old batch. Here's the independent variable over here. This is gonna stay the same. It's still, you see, it's still at like 83%, and this other batch is still over here right at 85%. So that bumped it up about 2%. Now, I'm still gonna give it time to settle because it's not settled yet. So it's probably gonna come down to around the 83 mark, just like this over here. Let's go ahead and dump our 2nd ounce in right now, just to see what it does. There you go. There's the 9. You can see it's right above it. Right above it. It's only 2 ounces of treatment in there. Is somebody calling me? Oh no, it was a damn thing. There's the normal E85 batch, and here's a treated batch. That stuff really gets in there and starts coloring things up. Alrighty, Tubey, so it's been a couple minutes now. It's been about 5-10 minutes, and as you can see, there we go. The 85, or the independent variable over here, the regular ethanol, is still hanging around at 83%, 82%, still hanging around there. And as you can see over here, our treated content is sitting around 85%. There you go. There's that line that I was telling y'all about right there. And it's right at 85%. So I'm gonna go ahead and empty it out. We're gonna leave this one in the tube. We're gonna empty this one out, and we're gonna pour in some of the 2 ounces treated. So maybe it'll give us another bump. I don't know, maybe, maybe not, but only one way to find out. So let's go ahead and pour it out and try out the new batch. Stupid ass boy, what a guy. Alrighty. Got it over here. Put it on the ground so you guys can see. It's out the treated fuel. This is 2 ounces now. Let's see what we get. Make sure she's nice and tight. Alrighty. Set this mug down. See what we get. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. It's taking a little longer to separate. It's not separating as easy. The 2 ounces, oh man. This is definitely not separating as easy. This is interesting. This is interesting. I can see the line starting to form right up there at E90. Uh-oh. It's looking like this stuff is a slight booster. It says a stabilizer, but it definitely looks like it's boosting the content up. That's what 2 ounces.
2 ounces inside of a 5-gallon jug, and now we're reading closer to E90. Wow. You can see it starting to separate. There you go. There you go. Look at it. Wow. 2 ounces. And we're chilling at like E90. There's no way this stuff is actually doing this. I refuse to believe it. I'm watching it with my own eyes, and there's no way. There's no way. As you can see, it's a little below the line. I don't know how that happened, but it was definitely filled up to the line before I shook it up. It was a little below, but that one's also a little below, and it's still at 83%. But gee, it's settling at like 90. Oh no, it's closer. It's coming on down. It's like 87% now. Or the 2 ounces is definitely taking a little longer to separate, but it's definitely separating. It is definitely separating. So we'll go in here, give it about 5 to 10 minutes. Go in here, play on some Instagram or some other crap. Maybe turn on the PS4, get ready to play some video games, and then we'll come out here and double check one more time to see where it finally settles out at. All right. All right, it's been a little bit of time for them. Let's see. We're sitting over here at about 82%, 83-ish for our constant variable, or our independent variable, I should say. And here we're sitting at about 84-ish. So there seems to be a slight bump in ethanol percentage. And that could just be, maybe because it's been about 5 minutes. So probably if I wait long enough, it'll eventually drop down. So I don't know. Guess it's kind of myth busted since it's not, testing at like E95 or some crazy percentage up there. But as far as giving it a ethanol boost percentage or percentage boost, doesn't seem to be happening. So we're sitting right above the 80 line over here, and we're sitting right above the 80 line, or just below the 85 over here. So it's pretty much come all the way back down to about 83%, which is where we started at. So guess that's myth busted. I guess our little $11 bottle of Mystery Green doesn't really provide us with, the extra benefit of boosted ethanol percentage. So, oh well, what do you expect? I'm pretty sure it probably does, does everything else that it says. It doesn't say anything on the bottle about boosting, so it's not what you're paying for. You're paying for the conditioning, corrosion prevention, and ethanol degradation. So, unfortunately, myth busted there. But it probably does everything else that it says to do. So you should definitely pick a bottle up and throw a bottle in there, or the recommended amount for whenever you fill up. So charge a tank about 3.5 gallons or 3.5 ounces, and you'll be good to go. That's probably what I'm going to start doing, since I don't have to try to worry about running all my ethanol out, so I can fill it all up with 91, and then running all my 91 out so I can fill it up with ethanol. So this seems to be a great option, so I won't have to worry about ethanol content levels whenever I go from 91 back to ethanol, and then worry about, oh man, I probably got too much 91 in the tank, it's not going to be great. Don't have to worry about that. Dump some of this in there, and I should be good to go. So unfortunately, TubeU, that concludes our little test here, and it didn't come out how I wanted it to. Oh well, but we did get our answer on whether or not it's degrading or upgrading our ethanol content. So oh well, if you found this video helpful in any way, man, like, subscribe, share, hit that bell icon so you guys get notification when these videos go up. So go to the Instagram channel at low376slow, all one word. I'll put it down in the description, man. Until next time, TubeU, I'm out. Peace.